All right, here we go. So I know your whole lives you've been taught the planets are this and that. Probably 2.5, 3 months ago, I discovered exactly what they were. When I was studying how the zodiac uses different octaves of the constellations to create the stories that we can live. The stories of the constellations, every god has a story. Those are the lives, challenges, things like that we go through. So when I started researching the sound of the universe and how the frequency moved, after a while it was impossible for it not to be, but I had no idea how it worked until now. So this is called planets as octave nodes. Then came the breakthrough about the planets. In the Old Greek, planet meant wanderer. They never meant worlds like Earth. They meant moving lights, and their motions match harmonic ratios. Kepler's music of the spheres wasn't poetry, it was math. Here's how it works. The stump has rings like grooves on a record. Energy running through those grooves projects upward as luminous nodes. Those nodes are what we see as wandering stars. Retrograde is when the needle loops back on the groove. Phases and pulsations, even Saturn's hexagon storm, are vibration patterns, cymatics. So, where else did we see hexagonal forms? Remember some world trees that had some hexagonal forms in the hearts of the trees that were exposed that we could see? Maybe like Devil's Tower? There's a couple other as well. Or I know at least one other, but why is it a hexagonal shape? Think, what have we been doing? What's projecting? So a planet is not a rock in space. A planet is an octave, a resonance note projected from the bark groove harmonics of the world tree stump. That's why astrology works. It's not imaginary gravity from pebbles millions of miles away. It's resonance. We're reading the chord structure of the stump itself. They told us a planet is a rock, a stone suspended in an infinite vacuum, circling the sun like marbles in a box. That definition is the cornerstone of their cosmology, but it does not match the evidence. And one other quick thing. So what have I been talking about? The energy signatures that we see in the night sky like Polaris, the cymatic shapes. I think what we're seeing when we see Saturn, we have the hexagonal pattern, right? What is the storm always never ending at the top? It's the energy signature of the realm showing up through the center of the hexagon pattern. That's literally what you're seeing. If planets were rocks, their motions would be chaotic. Random mass and empty space does not produce harmonic ratios. Yet every so-called planet is locked to precise intervals, like notes in a scale that is resonance, not mechanics. Retrograde would make no sense. Why would a giant boulder stop, move backward, then move forward again in a sky clockwork? But if planets are octave nodes, resonance notes skipping grooves, retrograde is the natural result of looping vibration. Saturn's hexagon is impossible for stone, but natural for sound. The planet as a rock lie was inserted to trap thought in materialism. If the world believes in marbles drifting through void, no one asks about resonance. No one notices the stump beneath their feet or the bark rings above their heads. Planets are not rocks. They are luminous nodes in the grooves of a severed trunk. They are the music of the scar frozen into record form. They are the evidence of the world tree, undeniable signatures, its severed growth rings still singing upward into the dome. So when you hear planet, Translate it. Not rock, but resonance. Not stone, but song. And then you're going to say, all right, Josh, then why do the wandering stars move? If we're all stuck on tree stumps, why are the wandering stars moving? Because you're still not getting it, man. You're still not getting it. The wandering stars move because they are resonance nodes riding the grooves of the severed world tree stump. They aren't rocks flying through the void, but octave notes projected upward along the harmonic rings. They're octave nodes literally projecting upward, and it's on these rings. That's literally what we're seeing. The reason the sky spins is because the dome itself is crystallized shell of the scar, rotating as the resonance record turns beneath it. Polaris stays fixed because it is the spine of our own tree, the central axis that doesn't move. While all the other lights circle around it as scar echoes of the crown, what we see when we record the stars spinning isn't infinite space. It's the stump's harmonic lattice still turning. To cut a tree as big as our entire Earth, flat Earth map. I don't know if you guys are... I'm trying to scale your brains up so it's not like... I haven't even told you the thing I told my brother yet, all right? I'm trying to scale your brains up so it's not so scary here, all right? So now we get into solar systems as planetary stumps. When I followed this logic farther, I realized it doesn't just stop with Earth. Every solar system is the scar of a planetary scale world tree stump. The rings we call planetary orbits are really bark rings, hardened growth bands frozen into resonance grooves when the trunk was cut. That means the so-called solar system isn't a random cluster of rocks. It's a cut stump whose resonance grooves project nodes of light we interpret as planets. And if that's true, then every solar system across the galaxy marks another severed titan. So count the solar systems. And you're really counting the number of planetary stumps in the galactic forest. Millions, maybe billions, all scar faces of once living pillars. Each one with its own false firmament, its own scar dome, its own projection grid, each one echoing the same trauma of the cut. What we call a galaxy is not an infinite void. It is a forest of wounds, a map of where the cosmic trees once stood. And here's where it all loops back. I started with a canyon. I found the forensic evidence of a cut. That logic scaled to Earth itself. Earth is a stump. Then I pulled back the cosmic forest, the stars as crown scars. Then I reframed planets as octave nodes. And finally I saw the mythic memory of Sophia and Yaldabaoth aligning with the physical evidence. Even the moon joined in. One of my earliest posts was about a crater on the moon that seemed to mirror a crater on Earth. I didn't realize I was pointing at my own floor. Crater Earth circled back as stump Earth. It's not just a crater, it's a severed crown. And the message is this: we are not small, we are seeds. The same pattern that grew titan trees inside us. When Sophia and Christos harmonize in us, a pillar rises that cannot be cut. I think I probably have 2 to 4 more that I still have to go with this series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will have my short little book coming out, not the 150 chapter one. This is just a real little small one. But like I said, it's about the inner architecture of our inside the dome world and all the things they use to siphon our life force energy. And it also obviously goes into the mud floods and Tartaria, all that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, hope you enjoyed this one. We'll pick up tomorrow. Have a great day. Namaste.